So another topic I wanted to address was that I've seen some videos, and I've actually heard this in my personal experience in the West, in the UK, that when I first started out, when I was in my early 20s, I went out to chat to an Asian girl in a bar, and I was like, "Hey, we got a lot of commonalities. Do you want to go for beer or go for a drink?" And not a lot, but sometimes I would get a rejection, and a lot of times they don't tell you, "Okay, though, I don't date an Asian guy." They don't say that, but they kind of do that. So their action is saying, "I don't date an Asian guy." And I found some of this especially in Western Europe, in Anglo-Saxon countries, and in North America. So I don't know if you guys heard a show in Australia that had this basically was like a take me out kind of show, and there was a Filipino guy who went on stage, and there was two Asian girls who just said, "I don't date the Asian guys," and then the host was like, oh, embarrassed, and just it felt very awkward. But I imagine it happens quite a lot in Australia. So sorry. Now what I meant to say was that kind of behavior also contributing to why Asian girls date out. It did not happen. It very rarely happened when I was living in Brazil. And actually, on the contrary, the Asian girls in Brazil, because they get a bit less attention than the beautiful Brazilian girls, they actually want to date an Asian guy. So I've seen some of my Chinese friends who immigrated to Brazil, and they are very, very proud of their Chinese heritage. They're very, very proud. And part of that is down to the fact that Brazil is a very outgoing country. It's a very lively, very enthusiastic country, right? Culture. So you are encouraged to celebrate your culture. And Asian girl, they did not mind being Asian, and actually they feel very, very proud to show out their culture. And this is exactly the opposite to what I've seen in some of the Anglo-Saxon countries, where Asian girls are like, "Oh no, sorry." They're like they act like they don't really care about the Asian culture at all. So, okay, back to dating. So, these countries, you don't rarely have the fact that Asian girls they say, "I don't date Asians," and more likely, actually, more than 50%, they're preferring to date a Brazilian Asian guy, a Brazilian Japanese guy, Brazilian Chinese person, or Chinese Peruvian.